Alright, hello fun and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the BH Kar98k mod, which is being released by user Brudahood. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is not one, not two, but indeed three fun World War II weapons for you to enjoy. These, of course, being the Kar98k bolt-action rifle, the K98 bayonet for some stabbing, and the Tankgewehr M1918 anti-tank rifle. And I've been loving all these, because you guys know me, I do love a good historic weapon, and it'll be interesting to see comparisons with some of the things with the Tankgewehr here, because we actually did look at another one of these fairly recently. But let's jump on over this way and have a look at what we are getting with this mod, starting with the namesake, the Kar98k, or rather the Mauser Kar98k here, which in its most basic and standard form will do 62 damage with a new 7.92 Mauser round, with a firing rate of 3, an insane range of 3,019, accuracy of 81, and weight of 8.5. Now then, with the K98 bayonet, what the heck, we'll look at that one next since it goes kinda with the gun. It has a damage of 23, speed of very fast, very good at that stabbing, and a weight of 1. I mean, it is a knife after all. And then finally we have the Mauser Tankgewehr M1918, which does a whopping 230 damage with a 13.2 by 98mm round, with a firing rate of 3, another crazy range of 3,019, accuracy of 84, a lot of weight here at 40, pretty hefty. And as you can see, all of the guns are pretty darn well made, both on the texturing as well as the modeling for them. Whoops, I meant to go over here first. I do love all the detailing on them. It's very good, and they're all just very nice weapons. I do think the most detail is definitely in the Kar98k. That seems to be the one that has gotten the most love. Granted, I mean, there's not nearly as much detail to be put into something like a knife or the giant bulky, anti-tank rifle, but nonetheless, they are all very good. Now, you may have noticed when we went through each of the guns here that, this one's got a lot of mods, whereas the other two don't really. The Tankgewehr anti-tank rifle here has a lot of categories, but there's actually only 3 of these categories that have anything in them. All the rest you only have one option to go with. The bayonet here is just purely 3 different modification options, but all of them do have things, and the materials, you got quite a number of options here. But my word, in the Kar98k, there are a ton of categories with a ton of options, to the point where we really can't go through each of them individually. It's just going to be kind of a, oh hey, here's all the things. So yeah, a lot there. Now, as for how you do get your hands on one of these lovely weapons, well, it's pretty darn simple. By default, you just got to go over to any chemistry station in the world, and you can build them in this new weapons Kar98 category, where you've got the bayonet, the Mauser Kar98k, and the Tankgewehr all ready to be built, so long as, at least for the guns, you've got rank 1 in gun nut. And thankfully, you do also have the ability to create the new custom ammo varieties here for a minimal amount of materials. You'll get 5 for the anti-tank rounds and 25 for the rifle rounds, so pretty darn easy there. Now, besides the chemistry station, you can also buy these at traders in the world, and there is also an optional download to add them into the leveled loot list, but that is not by default. Now, I should also mention there are a number of other optional download files for support for various other mods, like tactical reload, side aim support, and others. So there are a fair amount of options, and you'll notice when we do get into the modifications here in a moment, there are even some materials that are currently locked that actually require optional files. I think, if I'm remembering the mod page right, they're on the mod maker's Discord. So yes, a lot of optional things to get here, but the base one, well, that's how you get the guns, and this is what you're gonna get. So let's have a look at the weapon workbench here, and we'll start with the easy ones, the K98 bayonet, which has just the 3 categories, the first one being the metal material, and as you can see here, we've got a lot of them, including all those different locked ones I mentioned a moment ago that are optional downloads, which currently show up as pink. But yeah, we've got a lot of still available ones that's, you know, quite a lot of good aesthetic options. Now, in the grip, equally, we have another just large list of things of all different sorts of woods, which is pretty darn cool, and again, including some locked optional download versions. And finally, we got the damage modifier, which, you know, I got my usual spiel about that. I'm okay with them. I think they're a bit cheaty, though, without any form of requirement, but hey, you do you, and you can go from the 0 base damage all the way to plus 200%, making this a pretty good stabbing knife, which is pretty sweet. Now, then let's look at the tank gewehr, and as I said, a lot of these don't really have any options in them. Like the sights only have one thing, the muzzle does actually have, oh no, the muzzle has two, so never mind, there's 4 categories that have things. The barrel is just 1, material is 1, the metal material is 1, and the ammo is also 1. But we do have in the receiver a number of the pretty typical things going from standard on up to advanced, which, boy howdy, adds a lot of extra damage there. We, of course, do have the damage modifier, which can make it even more. I think I got my version of it with the modifier here up to, like, over 800 damage? Oh boy. And then we have the bipod category where we either have removed or attached. And then the, the muzzle category where you either have nothing or a big old suppressor on it. Now, like I said, we have looked at another one of these mods a while back, which did have a few more things. Admittedly, not many more. But, yes, this one is a bit more minimal, but then again, the name of the mod is really where most of the love has been put into it for the Kar98, which, of course, in the receiver category has, again, the pretty typical stuff in here. We've got that damage modifier once more right here, so you can get this gun up pretty high. We then have a lot of different tape and rifle wraps, which is pretty nice, including a camo one, which I particularly like because it actually adds like a little shroud over the scope, assuming you use one of the standard scopes. We'll talk about that here more in a moment. Yeah, a lot of good aesthetic wraps there. We then, of course, do have the muzzle category, where we've got a ton of suppressors and muzzle brakes, etc. You got a lot of options in this thing, a great number of them. We then have in the materials a lot of good different textures. You can go for the cloths, which of course aren't showing much since I don't have any of the cloth wraps on here, but yeah, you can see we've got tons of different options there. We then have the sights category here, and this is for the standard sights that are going to go more on the back, where we have things like the ZF39 scope. But we can actually add on an optical rail here, and if we do briefly, then that will add in a new rail category here, which has then a lot of more modern optics for you to choose from, and as you can see, you've got a good number of them, which is always great to see. Now, then we have the tape color in here, which is just standard colors for the tapes that could be added in. Then the ammo, which we do have an option here of either the Mauser ammunition, or you can go to Winchester, which is just going to be the 308 standard in-game ammo. And then we have the final two, which are more material options for aesthetics. The first is the stock with a load of different woods in here. Very cool, including, again, some locked ones. And then we have the metal furnishings on the gun and barrel and all that. More texture options there. So yeah, tons of things here, both for stuff that's going to make the gun better, as well as things that are going to, you know, just make aesthetic changes. You know, I should probably switch back over our sights to the standard one so that we can, you know, get to some shooting there with these standard guns. And let's take ourselves some shots, starting with the Kar98. and there we go. A very nice gun to shoot. Of course, it is slow. It is a bolt action, but very nice, very accurate, easy to keep on target, even with the slow speed. And I do love the custom sound there. It is pretty wonderful. And of course, with good, smooth animations for it, which are always lovely to see. Now, then, let's grab the tank gewehr, which, well, it's an anti-tank rifle, and these are fun! Cause you got a big old boom. God, I love that. Isn't it wonderful? Who doesn't love a gun that just, you know, shakes the heaven and earth? It is great. Good smooth reload animation on it, so always nice to see there. And just so fun to fire. I do enjoy it. And then finally, of course, we've got our stabbing knife. So yeah, there we go. Now you may have noticed when we pull it out, it kind of has a brief moment where the knife isn't there, which is a bit awkward. That's one of my problems, but I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's still a good stabbing knife. So yay. So let me grab my 3 modified versions here, because we are going a bit long with 3 weapons, and do some killing to, you know, show their usefulness. And we'll actually start with our modified knife, which I was able to get up to, up 71 damage here, which is pretty good with that 200% modification. And let's grab ourselves, yeah, two bandits, why not? Hi! Stab! And stab. Now, one thing I will mention with the animation on here, the animation in first person is great. I love the stabbing. It's just, you know, stab, 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 stab. It's fun. In third person, though, it's just the standard in-game slashing animation, which is kind of boring. So, yeah, use this in first person so you can see all the glorious stabbing. Now, let's grab ourselves our, the suppressed Mauser Kar98k, and get ourselves a Death Claw. Why not? Run away, though. Run away. And I did put on here, actually, to show it off real quick, because we couldn't really tell very well in the workbench, you know, one of the cloth shrouds on here. So yeah, very cool what you can do with the different aesthetic modifications. You can really change up this gun to fit your particular style, and I love that. But hello, Deathclaw. Ooh, there we are, and I missed. Okay, and there we go. Ooh, got a good shot on him that time. One more round. Hope he's back there now. Okay, can I? Got him. Sweet. So yeah, fully modified, the most damage I was able to get on this one is pretty great at the 232, though that doesn't compare to the fully modified tank gewehr at, oh boy, what was it? 846 damage? Oh yeah, that's fun. So let's grab ourselves another Deathclaw real quick, and oh yeah, we can't run with this. Not very well, at least, because it's just so heavy. Die! One shot. Okay, there we go. See, oh no, never mind. We actually can run. I was kind of confused at first because it wasn't letting us for a moment, and I hadn't actually tried running before. But it seems we can. So ignore that previous comment. I was just being dumb. But yeah, I love this thing. Look at that. I mean, who doesn't love a gun that just explodes everything around it? It's magnificent. So yeah, that is the BH Kar98k mod, where you get yourself 3 wonderful World War II weapons for you to enjoy. And oh god, I missed him. Oh, this is gonna be, well, no, I did get the belly, but it wasn't a straight shot. Oh no. Oh, I'm gonna die with this level 1-ish character. Oh boy, you know what, yeah, die with that body shot. Oh my god, it missed! Oh yeah, we're about to die. You know what? I can't let that happen. God mode. Oh, lovely. But yes, if you'd like to check out this mod for yourself, which I'd certainly recommend you go and do, you can have a look at the link in the description as per usual. Definitely go check it out. These are some great weapons that I've really been having a lot of fun with, especially the tank gewehr, because anti-tank rifle. But yes, that's going to be it for today. Hopefully y'all have enjoyed, and you do come back for the next one. But until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, well, have a good one.